Hey all, Heretic here. Today in Season 11 Battlegrounds announcements, we're going to be talking about Quilboar and Undead. All the different changes, all the different things, and wow, there's a lot. There's some complete rebooting coming here, so get ready, buckle up. It's going to take a minute. Now, I think I'm going to start with Quilboar right now, and if you like Quilboar as they stand now, I have unfortunate news. Some of them are going away. Let's jump into all the friends that are going to be leaving us here. We're going to open with the Razorfen Geomancer, Tier 1 staple, gone. The Skulking Bristlemane. I don't really care about this minion. It is decent stats, but I just never love it. Gone. Crater Miner, which does have some good use cases, I feel, with the chews on it. Gone. Thorn Collar, Tier 3, my favorite. Love this thing. Pop it down, get a blood gem, it dies. More blood gems. Gone. Dreaming Thornweaver. This minion, I kind of have a love-hate with it because it's kind of slow. When you find it, if you're not set up perfectly, it's hard to scale your blood gems in a meaningful way. If you find it late, it's useless, so happily, this one's gone. Hokey Thornmantle. The way we scale our gems, gone. Now we're gonna have to do something completely different. Bristleback Knight, gone. No more tempo, no more Divine Shield resets as it swings in with its Wind Fury. Just not here anymore. Three Little Quilboar, the powerhouse of Quilboar right now. The thing that just magnifies your strength, gone. No longer will this be defining for Quilboar. Bristleback, do you want all your minions to die? Do you want to take advantage of that avenge? Not anymore, gone. And Needling Crone, gone. Your blood gems giving double the stats during combat that you generate? Nope. They're only going to be giving you normal stats now. You're not going to have needling there anymore. At least, well, not needling. We'll see what we get to with the new stuff in a moment. We've got a couple of Quilboar returning to us. They've been gone for a little while, but now they're back. Hot Air Surveyor, Tier 5, 5/8 Quilboar. Blood gems played from your hand casted extra time, which I adored this card when I used to have it back in the day, so I'm perfectly happy with this one coming back. And finally, at Tier 6, Chargla, 4/4 at the end of your turn, play a blood gem on all your other minions is back. Love him, hate him, he's here again. When it comes to Quilboar who are coming back and are changing slightly, Roadboar is now going to be a Tier 3, 3/2 rally, get 3 blood gems, which is quite a lot. It's a Tier 3, so that makes some sense. It's still a lot of blood gems. It's got to swing to get them, but if it does, wow. And if you can buff it up, eventually it might give you more, but probably not. You're probably not going to put many on this unless you get this super early. We'll see. When it comes to Quilboar that are currently in the game that are changing, there's only the one, and that is Bonker, Tier 4, 3/6, and that is just going to be Wind Fury, Rally, play a blood gem on all your other minions. This is just one of those cards where the Rally has been added to the card because it wasn't a thing before. Otherwise, exactly the same. All right, it's time. Let's get into the new Quilboar. Let's talk about how Quilboar are changing pretty dramatically, and it's with these cards. And we're going to open with, just for the sake of being a completionist, I know it was announced yesterday, but we're in the Quilboar section, so we should mention Quilboar things. We have the Tusked Camper, Tier 1, 2/3 Quilboar. Rally, play a blood gem on this. Is it exciting? No, but it's a Quilboar, so I want to make sure I mention it here, just in case someone missed it in the other video. Prodigious Tusker, 3/4 Quilboar. Whenever a friendly rally minion attacks, play 2 blood gems on this. Obviously, not going to be on your board late typically. Who knows what the builds will end up looking like, but still a good card because there's a lot of rally in Quilboar. We have a spell included with the Quilboar tribe, and that is going to be Haunted Carapace, and that is Tier 3, 2 gold. Your minions have +2/+1 until next turn. Nothing crazy, just a spell. At Tier 4, we have the Razorfen Vineweaver, 4/4 Quilboar Rally. Play 3 permanent blood gems on this. So if it swings, it's going to buff itself at least 3/3 plus whatever you've buffed your blood gems, and that's going to start becoming a significant number. At Tier 5, we have a 5/5 neutral, but Quilboar exclusive Hog Watcher. Battlecry, give a Quilboar Divine Shield. Remember, this is in the shop phase, so this is a permanent Divine Shield, which, hey, we have Rally. Giving Divine Shield to Rally minions means they get to swing more, or at least survive when they swing initially, so massive value from this. Lots of potential for Quilboar. Now we start getting into the really potent stuff. At tier 6, we have the Blood Snout Warlord. This 6/6 Quilboar is whenever a friendly rally minion attacks, play 2 blood gems on all of your minions. Now, mind you, this is a combat buff, so they're not permanent, but if you're running a lot of rally, if you have a lot of divine shields now, if you have buffed your blood gems, this gets a little nutty, a little fast. We'll see how it ends up working, but it sounds like it's going to be very good. Finally, the Sanguine Refiner, a 310 Quilboar rally. Your blood gems give an extra +1/+2 this game. So obviously, this is going to be the linchpin, I feel like, for Quilboar. The earlier you'll begin scaling your blood gems, the bigger your entire board is going to be. You're just going to be constantly adding blood gems. This looks very much like a snowball waiting to happen. I feel like if you get this too early, there's really not a whole lot of chance for the lobby once you start making more blood gems. Now, obviously, I haven't played a single game, but the potential on this is pretty damn good. Yeah, how many times are you actually going to swing a combat? Do you have 2 of these? Do they have Divine Shield? It's really going to come into a lot of questions on how often they get to attack. But if you get this early, you're probably going to get those swings in and start scaling that stuff up where you really can stick around. It's just a question of how much health do you have when you start scaling them up in a meaningful way. But that's Quilboar. That is all the Quilboar information we have. How do you feel about Quilboar? I know they've changed pretty dramatically from what they were to now being more of a rally build. They really want you to start swinging and generate all those blood gems, buff those blood gems, take advantage of that. I think it's a neat mechanic for them. I'm excited to play some games, and I'm hoping it works out, hopefully without a million nerfs or buffs. All right, we're done talking about the piggies. It's time to go to the Undead tribe and see what changes we have coming to them. And this might not surprise you considering all the changes we've seen, but a lot. So let's talk about the Undead that are leaving, that we're not going to be playing with anymore. And there's some definite playstyle changes here. Okay, there's a lot, but here we go. The minions leaving are Harmless Bonehead, which, you know, it's cute. It's something we take early. We're never excited about it, but it does the job. Cadaver Caretaker, gone. No more mass summons. It's not going to be as easy with this gone, at least with the minions that we're used to playing with. Mawcaster's gone, which I did enjoy destroying my minions to make other things, but no longer can do that. Drustfallen Butcher, gone. No longer will you be sitting it back, hoping it doesn't get tagged, hoping that it can have enough time to get you a few avenges, at least 2 a turn, and no longer will you have to worry about that. Catacomb Crasher, gone. Overflow Undead, overflowed too much. It's all gone now. The tide's gone out. We can't do Overflow Undead anymore. Morose, Steward of Death, gone. Sorry, Morose. If it's any consolation, you always seem to come back. It's like you respawn again. So I think we'll be dealing with you again in the future. Wisp in the Shell, gone. Love this thing. Not necessarily even playing Undead, just at any time I've had a lot of things die. This is in the shop. I can take something delicate and make it be able to take a punch. Not anymore. Archlich Kel'Thuzad, gone. This thing, I don't like. I don't like the ease at which it can print triples with Undead. I think it's problematic. I think at any time you give players the ability to make a lot of extra copies of minions, it's a bad idea, because the difference between skilled and lesser skilled players shines a lot with minions like this, and I really feel like it's abused too easily. And for the average player, I feel like they're not using it the way other players are, and the way that those players who are abusing it are using it is very dramatically effective. And yeah, you can say, well, that's a skill difference. That's not my problem. I'm good at the game, but we want to make the overall experience of the game fun, not have you having 3 triples and your opponent have no clue how you did it when they had the same option given to them. And yeah, once again, you can say knowledge, and I agree to an extent, but this way we don't have to deal with it. Let's just not give you the ability to make 3 triples in a turn easily because you found the right combination of minions. When it comes to Undead that are returning, we have just one, and I am definitely not thrilled about it. The Rothhide Knoll at tier 1, this 1/4 Undead has +1 attack for each friendly minion that died this combat. Never excited about this minion. I think it's subpar at best. It's got 4 health. That's the best thing I can say about it. Returning and slightly changed, we have back the Jelly Belly. This tier 3, 3/4 Undead is after a friendly minion is reborn, gain +1/+2 permanently. And right now, there's not a lot of Reborn in the Undead tribe. So as you can imagine, we're gonna see some more when I get to the other minions to make this thing actually useful. Is it good? That depends. Do you have 3 Reborn minions already on your board or in the shop when you see this thing? Now it's great. If you have one, it's kind of mediocre. Depends where you're at in your game. All right, let's talk about the undead that are currently in the game but are coming back and are going to be slightly different. First, we have the Eternal Knight, which is now going to be a tier 2 5/1, has +1/+1 for each friendly Eternal Knight that died this game. Basically, more attack. Yep, that's it, more attack. Anubarak, Nerubian King, is now going back to tier 4 from what they just recently were at tier 3. This poor thing flip-flops all the time. It might end up back at tier 3 before the season's over. Anubarak just can't decide where he's supposed to be. Deathly Striker got a little bit of a change, mostly a nerf, a tiny buff. You can see the differences, but tier 6, 8/8 undead, Avenge 5, get a random undead, death rattle, summon it from your hand for this combat only. The issue with Striker always is the moment your taunts die, your combat devolves to you staring at the Striker, saying, please don't hit it, please don't hit it, please don't hit it. And then you're just chanting that the whole time. You're covering your eyes, saying, please don't hit my Deathly Striker until the end. And if you get 2, maybe 3 minions out of it, you're happy. And if you get to make a whole other board, even better. With it being Avenge 5, it's gonna be a little harder. We'll see how it plays out. And then finally, Noisel of the Many Faces, tiny nerf also, tier 6, 3/9. Whenever you summon an undead, give all your undead +1/+1 permanently. Just a difference of 1 attack that's gone. I never liked this minion. I'm still not gonna like this minion. Maybe if the power level's brought down a little bit, this will be more interesting. Something tells me for me, no, but let's play some games. Let's withhold judgment a little bit before we throw too many stones. Too many. All right, let's talk about the new undead. Now, we've seen a lot of changes. We've seen some minions come and go, but now we gotta talk about what we have new. And we're gonna open with tier 2, the Ride or Die. This 2/2 undead is reborn. Your other undead have +1 attack. So it's gonna aura effect. It's just gonna buff the attack of all your minions. It's already reborn, so right off the bat, it's a good minion. Nice start. I love the art on this card. I love the art for almost all the undead. I think they're kind of awesome this time around, all the new stuff. Next at tier 4, we have the 6/3 undead Carapace Razor. Death Rattle, get a Haunted Carapace. We've already seen this spell. It's not bad at all, especially when you're generating it for free, so no complaints from me. Drakari Embomber is a tier 4, 3/4 undead battlecry. Give a friendly undead reborn. Hey, I've got undead without reborn. I need to buff my jelly belly. Let me reborn the rest of it. Hopping up to tier 5, we have the Scourge Harvester. This 1/8 has, after you summon an undead in combat, gain its stats. That's disgusting. If you have reborn on stuff, a whole bunch of summons, a Deathly Striker, this thing can get positively massive as you have your whole board die, and maybe it hides in back, hopefully somehow dodging all the hits. But wow, this thing is going to be a monster to deal with. I look forward to seeing how this works with undead boards. The next one I think we might see randomly picked up by a lot of people depending on who they're fighting and what minions the other person has on the board, but tier 5's Campfire Shadow is a 6/4 undead. Rally, get a plain copy of a random enemy minion. Heaven forbid it's a mirror match with undead and you're trying to make triples and whatnot. Throw this thing out there. Maybe if you've got a Titus, why not? Just have a good time getting economy every turn from stealing copies of minions from people. Disgusting. And for the sake of being completionist, I want to make sure I include what was announced yesterday, but is undead. So I don't want people to be like, oh, it feels like they're missing something. It's because Oranimonos is a tier 5, 3/8 undead. After a friendly minion is reborn, your undead have +1 attack this game wherever they are. I feel like this one's important because if I just leave it on yesterday's video, you're gonna be like, undead seem to be missing a lot of easy attack scaling. And that's because this minion is how you're supposed to really do it the easiest way, I feel. Finally, we have at tier 5, the Friendly Geist. This 7/3 is Death Rattle. Your tavern spells that give stats grant an extra +1 attack this game. So anytime you play a tavern spell that gives stats, it's also going to give +1 attack to your undead. But remember, this isn't an aura bonus. This is just +1 attack to them. Doesn't say wherever they are, so just remember the distinction. Don't spend too much gold trying to get your attack up, because it's not going to buff them everywhere no matter what. It's only going to buff what's actively on your board. But that's it. That's Undead. How do you feel about Undead? I'm at least hopeful about them. They look interesting. I love the art. I feel like there's a lot of potential. They're thematic. We'll see how it works out in the end. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments below. I'm excited to read what you think about these changes, and if you think they're good, bad, whatever, I want to hear it. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned a few things, and stay tuned because we'll have plenty more announcements in the days to come. I'll catch you in the Battlegrounds. Later.